Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Good morning and thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to this very exciting program. Why am I calling it very exciting? One, I have a very exciting guest, but also a very exciting topic. Robert Chirabo, join me, welcome my guest this morning. That is Dr. Lawrence Muganga, the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University, but also Doctor has so many quotes. When you see him, many of you know him as the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. But for me, I know him as a patron of a bikers club in Uganda. And I bring greetings from the riders of Gaba Riders Club. He's our patron for quite a very long time. He's been our patron and of course our key advisor. And I think that explains why of late we don't have so many accidents from that particular sector of people. Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, Robert. You should not have accidents. It's not right. You have to be careful. You know, follow the rules. Be safe. You have families, your children and wives really look up to you. All of us, we really have a lot of hopes in you being alive. So to the members of the Bikers Club, please keep safe. Ride safe. It doesn't hurt to really pay attention to the traffic laws. Don't overspeed. Don't overtake unnecessarily. You are not in a rush. In this world, we are here for 365 days a year. So use them efficiently. So don't do the things that no one wishes you to do because we want you to remain alive. So for as long as I'm still your patron, you will adhere to the discipline.
Indeed, I see some improvements therein. Doctor, how have you been?
No, I've been well. I thank God. You know, I always tell people when someone asks me a question like that, I say, I respond that I'm better than I deserve. Yeah, because I did not give a bribe to God. I don't bribe people, so I can't start bribing God. I am not special to be alive today, to be talking to you today, to be doing what I do best or what I love. I am grateful because there are some people who would even want to or wish to get out of hospital, but their health conditions are not allowing them to get out of hospital. Yet they didn't commit any crime, so but they are there. So and if I am here, honestly, I can eat, I can drink, I can sleep, I can walk, I can come to you, I can work, contribute to my country. I am grateful, Robert.
Now, the background to that question, why I asked, is I've been following social media so much, people speaking. Dr. Lawrence Muganga appointed a state minister. He qualifies in all ways. The only thing was someone having dual citizenship, which is not a crime. Actually, I would desire to have it, of Canada. If I had it, I wouldn't sacrifice it for anything, by the way. That is personally me. I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Now, and after a time, doctor not taking up that position, and many a time, but how is your friend? When people see us with you, but how is your friend? So, in the interest of concerned citizens, that's why I was asking.
But that's a very good question and very fair for people to ask. If I were them, I would also ask, especially people who are close to me, they should ask. But also, let me tell you this. In the spirit, again, of where we started, of being grateful, you know, and I'm really extremely grateful that in a day, in the year 2026, the fountain of honor, the president of this country, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, deemed it fit, without consulting me. We are not friends. I am a Ugandan like everyone else. I am one of the 45.9 million Ugandans, or now almost, I think, 49. He deemed it fit to put me on that list of his, a privileged list, as a person fit to support him with a particular portfolio. Trust me, minister or no minister, that consideration alone is a winner for me, and I shall forever be grateful for that, because there are millions of people who would love to have been on that list. But having that thought lingering in a supreme man, in the commander-in-chief, in the president of this country, a revolutionary, having that idea in his head that a peasant, a child of a son of a peasant like me, I deserve to serve him, to serve this country, and he puts me on his list. If I am not grateful to him and I'm not grateful to God, I should be really, really, really very, very unfair and very ungrateful, and I don't know what I would even be deserving. So I am grateful. So now, let me also add that for everything that, to me, that was proof that I am worth something in society. That was proof that actually there is something I can do in society. That is it was also proof that there is value I can add to fellow Ugandans. It was also proof that I have proved myself that I can provide or offer quality service delivery. You understand? So now let's step back a little bit. If things went the way they went, okay? Do I agree how things went? No, I don't. But I am not also special. I think there is this saying in Uganda that toli wa kitalo nga bw'olowooza. So nange siri wa kitalo nnyo. I am not the chosen one. I'm not special. There are also other Ugandans. So it's only fair that if there is something that is not going well, that position should not even remain vacant, okay? Because Ugandans trusted His Excellency President Museveni with a mandate and work to do in 5 years. And he needs people to do what? To support him to do that. So if he really, really needs to fast track his activities to deliver services, he needs to really fill that position. For me, I would, if you asked me, I would be so encouraging to him to make sure that there's another great Ugandan who can really fill that position, such that in the interest of our country, I always tell people, whatever you do, country first. In the interest of our country's development, we are not lagging behind. Then we move forward. But for me, you said it very well. There are so many families that have their children, as I speak, boarding a plane, going to different countries to try to make a living, to go and acquire knowledge, acquire competencies, acquire networks, acquire experiences, acquire exposure, education, and then if they harvest some resources, they send them back to their country, this country, Uganda, or even later on come back with that kind of wealth of knowledge, exposure, and experience to serve their country. And in so doing, wherever they will go, most of them to operate efficiently, they need citizenships in those countries. You need those countries, respective countries' papers for you to be more effective. And I don't think that it is a good idea that these children of Uganda, when they return, doesn't matter how many citizenships they have, they can have 20 or 3 or 4, that they should not, I mean, that they should be told not that they are not Ugandan enough. They are a little bit diluted Ugandans. So I saw some people saying that, they talked about social media, saying that, but why is it, why is he even emotional? Like he's even shedding tears. He's going to the, his parents' graves just because of a ministerial position. I want to tell you, Robert, for me, the job I occupy today, I love it. I am an educationist. I am an educator. I will probably die one. That is something I know how to do. I transform lives through education, you know. So I am a happy person, and I am well remunerated in the job I do, very well paid, to the extent that even in the position perhaps I was going to, the salary is not equivalent to what I earn today. But when someone, you have seen the narrative that has been going around of the late Paul affair, when they did the DNA, and only 4 kids out of 25 emerged as his own
biological children.
But imagine the 21 kids, how they're feeling. Growing up knowing that this is my father, assuming even that parent was still alive. But now they are telling you, this is not your father. Okay? That may have been a little bit maybe factual because of the DNA, I don't know the dynamics, but just imagine, Robert, when you're told right now that the country you call home is not your country. That you don't belong here. You're a foreigner. That is breaking. It is heartbreaking. It causes misery. So it's not about a ministerial position. It's not about money. It's not about anything. You start asking yourself, my children, they know this is their country, Uganda. What do I tell them now?
That they're not Ugandan enough.
That they're not Ugandans enough.
They can't do particular jobs, but for particular jobs, we found that these are the limitations. You
look around, you no longer have even a single parent to talk to, and yes, you remember that they are all deceased. The only thing that comes out of you is now tears. When you are in a sense of confusion, a state of confusion, you know, like you ask yourself, what crime did I commit for being created, say, a Munyarwanda? Does that make me not Ugandan enough?
It doesn't.
That's what they say. I mean, yes.
And so, one would say, well, what were the flamers of this thing and all that?
So that is what hurts.
Okay.
Yeah. Not,
so that was the source of the pain.
And someone also says, I saw one of the papers, the newspapers, one of those media houses that are closed. Their paper wrote, they kept like writing how I am actually, I don't know where I was born.
Well,
you saw that when they said, but he says he was born in Utaleja, but he says he's born in Mukono. So he's confused of where he was born. Now, Robert, let me ask, where were you born?
Seguku.
Seguku Jozali, what they say. Okay. Now suppose you were born in a hospital in Luero.
I was born in Entebbe Hospital.
Entebbe Hospital. So, and you said, me, and then you say, means I am a born of Seguku. Does that rule out that you were born in Entebbe Hospital? That's the thing. Now, that's where a whole newspaper cannot really investigate to or probe and see what is factual. Now, for me, I was born in Solwe Hospital in Butaleja. 2 days after my mother moved in Mukono, because that's where there was a home. So, if they ask you, Ozaliwawa, where are you born? Mukono. It's Mukono. You don't say Namirembe because You were born in a hospital in Namibia. So you can understand. But for me, I am a happy vice chancellor. I am a happy educationist who loves what I'm doing. And by the way, let me also add this, and that I am grateful one more time to His Excellency the President. That man, I pray every day that really God grants him long life. So he's a president I have voted for since 1996. I have not missed any presidential election since 1996. Why? Our father told us that for as long as President Museveni is still running as president, vote for him. Some of us, we don't vote actually. We were voting an instruction. So I'm grateful that he even mentioned in his writing my name. That's good enough.
Well, Professor, thanks for that elaborate explanation, and I think it has cleared the air of many Ugandans, many concerned. You know, you extended your tentacles so wide: entertainment, education, sports. So I think that has done that clarification. Now, this morning we want to look at how higher education institutions can contribute to the 10-fold growth strategy. We have a vision 2040 and we want to double our GDP 10 times. First, Professor, is it realistic?
Yeah. It is very, very...
Sounds so big.
Yes, it is huge because historically we have never had such growth on the African continent or even in the world. Do you know what that means? Tenfold, the 10-fold growth strategy. I'll break it down for your viewers, the viewers of UBC, fellow Ugandans and everyone else. It means that Uganda's rate of growth should grow 10 times between now and 2040. Every year it should grow 10 times than how we have been growing. And our aim, the 10-fold is coming from, say, we are having a GDP of, say, $50 billion. All right. Now we are averaging maybe around 60. All right, in 2026. But by 2040, we should have a $500 billion economy. Now that means we have grown 10 times. But also, it requires our GDP to grow, the growth rate per annum, nominal GDP or even real GDP, to grow almost 15% a year. We have never recorded that. No country around us has recorded that kind of growth. No country in Africa that I know of has recorded that amount of growth rate. So it is a huge mountain to climb, but it is not possible because there are ways to achieve that.
So it is possible.
It is
hard,
possible.
but possible.
It is possible.
Now, for you,
the decisions you take right now, because the growth is abnormal, right? Now, even the decisions and the strategies you take must be very, very uncommon, very unconventional to achieve that growth.
I'll begin by taking you through something, Professor, that I've known you for a very long time. That is, we're in the day and age of AI. And I came across a certain clip. I hope my producer can play that. You were, I think, speaking to your new intake. And I looked at the technology put into this. How even those who are a part of the intake, but far away from Uganda.
Now that will help me explain how the 10-fold strategy or the $500 billion GDP economy is achieved.
Let me see if my producer has it and can play it for us.
Understanding will. This book will not tell you to be afraid. It will. In the time it takes to watch this, the world will change. Most people will not notice. I am going to make sure you do. Right now, Machines are learning to think. They are already in your phone, your bank, your hospital, your children's school. Some people will ride this wave and rise. Others will be swept away by it. The difference between them is simple. One of them understands what is coming. The other does not. My name is Lawrence Muganga, the Vice Chancellor of Victoria University. For years I have watched the future be decided far from here for people like us, without people like us. I decided that stops now. So I wrote everything I know into one book, and on the 13th of July, I am giving it to the world. These are the only two futures left. Which one you get is not decided by luck. It is decided by what you know and when you know it. Everything you need to know is in this book. People fear artificial intelligence. I understand why. But fear will not save you. Understanding will. This book will not tell you to be afraid. It will show you how to lead. If we get this right, this child inherits the greatest century in history. This book is how we get it right. This is not just my book anymore. On the 13th of July, it becomes yours. Wherever you are in the world, you can hold it in your hands. Read it and lead. Or wait and be left behind.
Yeah.
How a person can...
Now, Robert, there is another video, second one. If they can play it for us, I want us to combine
The two.
the two. Then I'll drive my message home.
Okay. Let me
Yes.
see. I'm sure we passed it over.
Nearly 4,000 of you are beginning this journey with us this week. 4,000 stories. Look around you. Nearly 4,000 of you are beginning this journey with us this week. 4,000 stories. 4,000 dreams that someone back home carried, sometimes for years, just to bring you to this moment. And here is the truth nobody told you on the way in. You did not come here to study. You came here to become. Now, can I be honest with you? Underneath all the excitement of today, I know there is a quiet question. You have heard it too. The world feels unpredictable. Jobs feel harder to find. And a small voice keeps whispering, what if I do everything right and there is still nothing waiting for me at the end? So hear me clearly, because this is the whole reason we are here. You came to become someone the future cannot do without. So before I say anything else, let me say the thing that matters most. Welcome home to Victoria University. And I mean all of you. Those of you sitting here in this room, and every single one of you joining us on a screen right now, from your home, your town, maybe even your workplace. Wherever you are watching from, you are here. You are seen. You belong in this family exactly the same. Distance means nothing to us. Some of you are starting a certificate, some a diploma, some your bachelor's, some your master's. It does not matter where you begin. What matters is that today, something in your life quietly changed direction. And it changed for the better. Here is what nobody wants to say out loud. The old promise is gone. The one that said, get the paper and the job will follow. That world has moved on. And a lot of good people got left behind, holding a certificate and a heart full of worry. We watched that happen. And we decided we would never let it happen to you. The future is not something we are waiting for. The future already lives here. And you just walked into it. So let me tell you the one thing that will change everything for you. Artificial intelligence is not a subject you will study once and forget. In this house, it is a language. And I need you to hear me. Make AI your language. Wake up and learn it, speak it, live it. Because the world is dividing into two kinds of people. Those who speak this language and those who get left behind by it. Learn it early and doors open that stay locked for everyone else. This is not a warning. This is your head start. And maybe you are worried about something very real. Maybe you already have a job or people who depend on you and wonder how you can possibly fit study into a life that is already full. So let me take that worry off your shoulders right now. You do not have to choose to in your life future. Stay where you are and we will bring the classroom to you. Everything we do here is digital. All your learning, all your assessment, all of it reaches you wherever you choose to be. You do not have to leave your job. You do not have to leave your home. This is the gift of the times we live in, and we built our whole university around it for you. Now here is the part I love the most. We are not going to wait until you finish to let you into the real world. You will start working while you are still a student. Real problems, real workplaces, real skills you can feel in your own hands. Because we do not want you memorizing things you will forget by December. You will graduate with a job, not just papers. In fact, you will hold two things that day: your academic record and a record of real competencies signed by the employers who watched you work. One says what you learned, the other says what you can already do. So here is your very first assignment, and it is an easy one. A laptop, a tablet, or even a good phone. That's your key to everything here. Leave the pen, leave the exercise book. That was a different time. Here, class begins the moment you power on. And remember what I told you. AI is your language now, so wake up and learn it. The sooner it feels natural in your hands, the further ahead of the world you will already be. I know your parents, your guardians, the people who are quietly sponsoring this dream could not all be here today. So do something for me tonight. Call them. Tell them what you heard. Tell them their child is not walking into uncertainty. Keep this forever. The world changes, always. No more hoping. You shape it now. Do not fear the future. It is yours. Wake up. Speak it. Rise.
Well, I can see quite a number of questions I was going to ask. I actually answered in that video. Our topic this morning is how higher institutions of learning can contribute to that 10-fold growth strategy of doubling our economy 10 times. And I saw quite a number of answers there.
What do you think about the production?
Well, it was very excellent.
Now, can I, and these are the things I have been talking about with you here. I've been talking about on all social media spaces. I've been talking about in this country. What you have just seen, you will be forgiven to think that we had an amazing camera or cameras. We had amazing videographers. We had an amazing technical team, color graders.
I don't know how many times you changed clothes.
Yes, I had so many clothes to change. I want to disappoint you or to excite you that all that was done by artificial intelligence.
Wow.
Okay? Do you know how many days it would have taken to pull off a video like that? Effort, labor, resources. But that video was done by a good person who understands, one, to create a prompt script that will produce a video like that. And then another person who will put the script in the machine to give you the video. Simple as that.
Oh.
So the work that was supposed to take a month to produce, now that's a video where I was speaking to my new students that have just come to Victoria University, almost 5,000. They were 4,000 at that time, now they have since increased, 5,000, speaking to them. I couldn't sit them in one room, okay? Maybe I needed a stadium. So, but I could really create a message to all of them.
Actually, I saw it from a student too.
Thank you. So, but that AI helped me to create that message.
So you didn't have this
I did not, these beautiful cameras of, these beautiful cameras of yours, they are dead. We no longer need them. So that means the work I would have done for a month was pulled off in a day. So what does that now mean when it comes to the tenfold growth strategy? It means if we want increased productivity, times 10, times 20 productivity, better than how we have been, we have to embrace technology. We have no choice. And higher education must play a role. So what we have done is to make sure every student at Victoria University studies artificial intelligence. Such that in their job, where you expect them to be business as usual, take your 10 days, 20 days trying to craft something, one single thing, they can just use 30 minutes. That is productivity. Money, I mean, time is money.
But this is going to create a lot of unemployment. We are talking about the tenfold growth.
Yes.
But people have to be employed. Professor, when I looked at that video, I remember asking you, how many times did you change? How big, how long did it prepare you?
Most of the clothes you saw are not mine. They are created by AI. They are not mine. So that means you
don't even have to spend on...
Exactly. You don't have to spend on shoes, on clothes, on what? On a what? No. So you just need to know how to use AI. So now you're saying that people are going to lose jobs. Now, that's why I wrote this book. I told you about it sometime
Wake
back.
Up or Be Left Behind.
It is out now. And I'll hand a copy to you on set.
Thank you so much.
Wake
Up or Be Left Behind.
I am asking fellow Ugandans and the world. It actually launched in the world. I don't publish books just for Uganda, West Africa. I publish books for the world. So it launched the publisher released it on July 13th in Singapore and New York. So for the entire, for all the world. As I speak, it has sold 17, as of last week, when it was 13th, Monday, as of 13th, it had sold 17,000 copies around the world. So it just now arrived in Uganda, right? But I'm asking fellow Ugandans and everyone who cares to watch, we have to wake up. This technology is real. It is life-changing. It is transformative. It transforms lives. It transforms economies. It is a big thing. It is the biggest technology we have ever had in our lifetime, and even the lifetime of those who came before us that are no longer here. I have never seen a field where they have invested money like artificial intelligence in the history of investment in one field. So if you don't wake up to embrace, to adopt and adapt it, you are sure you will be left behind. But anyone who embraces AI, and parents, kindly pay attention to this message, and I beg you, because for us, we can claim we have grown, which I also oppose. We can still learn this technology. I am as old as you. I know this thing. I just prompted a video that produced, a script that produced that video. You saw it. And Robert here was saying, oh, you have a very wonderful team. No, I don't have a team. I have an extra army called artificial intelligence that works when I am sleeping. I have an agents I have created. They will do my work when I'm doing other work. So the excuse of saying I cannot be available, no, you can create a message and people will interact with you even in your absentia, right? So if you do not embrace your children, they don't embrace, they don't adopt, they don't adapt to this technology, I can guarantee you they will be left behind. And when they are left behind, now that is in itself an epidemic of some sort, because we are raising very unproductive people, unproductive children that don't fit the time we live in today. So do something. I know some of us are constrained with, by resources. We don't have enough. But do your best. Buy your child a tool called a laptop or a tablet. You can supervise them on how they use it responsibly. But let them interact with this machine and they learn how to use AI. They start speaking that language. The future is not only bright, but it is enjoyable for them. They are going to be very productive. Now imagine a university that is producing graduates that can speak the language of AI. Those graduates are going to be productive 10 times a graduate, or even 20 than a graduate who did not know what it means. So those are the people that can skyrocket us to the 10-fold growth strategy or the $500 billion GDP in 2040. It's just 14 years.
Now, Professor, rightly you said if higher institutions can address AI, and I also want to believe with you, because globally I've not seen any investment in the history of investment in any sector as countries are investing in AI. Most of the Western world, most of their major now investment is AI. But what must we put in place? 2040 is not far. But you see, if you're going somewhere, you know that I have to change the wheels of my car, I have to do service. What must we put?
Let me put this into perspective for us. And I mean, you can't run away from facts. Numbers don't lie. You understand? Numbers don't lie. So today, let me just use 5 companies, tech giants. NVIDIA, its worth is closer to $5 trillion, Robert. 5 trillion what?
Dollars.
That, if they decided to donate that worth to Africa, which is 1.4 billion people, every African may go home with $4,000. Okay? Every African. One company, not a country. One what?
One company.
Then Apple, also in $4 trillion. Alphabet, which is the parent company of Google, also in almost closer to 4 trillions. Amazon, closer to 3 trillions. Microsoft, above $3 trillion. If you add their worth, is almost $20 trillion. Okay, now, having known that, those are 5 what? What is the GDP of Africa? It is about 3 trillions. 3. Less than what? One company. But remember, these companies, why I used them, what do they deal in? Ask yourself. What has made them become so rich? Like abnormally rich?
Technology.
It is technology. It's not that they don't know that we can extract oil. They know oil is there. Selling beans is there. Fish is there. That's agriculture. They know that you can manufacture toilet papers. They know. But to fast track themselves into something that will make them rich, technology. And artificial intelligence has made them richer. So even if you are a country and you wanted to really uplift yourself very, very fast into that space of being a wealthy nation, trust me, artificial intelligence and technology must be your go-to areas. And you asked me now, what do we do as a country? Now, this is when I beg His Excellency the President, the Minister, also the Minister of Education, and the Minister of ICT. And they have always done greater things. We talked about low Earth orbit internet, like Starlink internet. The President delivered that. I saw an agreement being signed between SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's company, Starlink technology, internet technology, and Uganda. We signed that MOU. So to start now having, we can now have internet literally anywhere in the country. Just erect a simple dish and the satellite is there to give you internet. That means every school in the country can now have high-speed internet. So that means we can do actually abnormal things. We have seen that. So I request His Excellency the President to look into this idea of ensuring that the Ugandans, especially the young Ugandans that are between 0 to 34 years, okay? Now, those are like 70% plus,
Yes.
75%. But those who go to school, including those who go to university, your children, my children, the children of your neighbor, everyone who goes to school, they are about 15 million. Can they do a miracle? I saw recently this incredible government increased the budget of the Ministry of Education. That was amazing. They at least also gave something to support STI, science, technology and innovation. They put there more money. But I want also His Excellency the President to look at this proposal. Can we put a laptop or a tablet in the hands of every school-going child in this country? That is one policy that is going to transform the labor market of Uganda, the human capital of Uganda. One laptop per child. It may cost us like $1 billion. But I can also tell you where to get that money. So when you do that, what do you get, Robert and viewers? What you get is as simple as this. It means now a child, 24/7, they have a machine in their hands. Now, now they can search the latest AI tools that the world has produced, and they will understand them. They will know how to use AI, because children are so talented and endowed with potential that they teach themselves things.
True.
Okay? So they will teach themselves artificial intelligence. They will know how to use it. They will know how to use technology. They will invent with it. They will innovate with it. You need to know how creative one becomes when they know how to use AI. You just need to know how to use, for example, today, Claude Code. Okay, that's a tool. You just need to widen your imagination. Imagine something, it will produce it. You just need to imagine, and it will produce it for you. Imagine, it creates. Imagine, it creates. Previously, we were imagining, and we remain seated because we don't have anyone to bring it to life. So now you can imagine. Then it will, Claude Code will bring it to life. That's one tool. So, but that comes when a child has been exposed to this tool that gives them such an opportunity.
Not waking up to a workplace where the gadgets are there.
5 years down the road, everyone speaks the language. But in the process, what have you done? Remember, we have now internet. Okay, we can have internet potentially everywhere that we had been written off. Now, if you manufactured that gadget as a solar-powered gadget, and it is possible, that technology is there. So that means you no longer need electricity. The excuse of electricity around the country, that it is not there to charge the machine, it is no longer an issue. It is solar powered. Some of you have had watches that are solar powered.
Yes.
So the machine can be solar powered. So you have internet, you have a solar powered machine. So that means in the school where we were constrained with the budget to come up with the construction of a library, you no longer need that library building to have books. Books can be on the machine. Okay? Now, you have saved money on the building. On the books, you have a soft copy. One soft copy can be read by every child in the country. So you buy one, push it on the machine. You have saved money on the books. Remember, every school in the country must have a computer lab. So you no longer, now the children and their computers become the computer lab wherever they are seated. You no longer need the building of a computer lab. You no longer need computers in a computer lab because every child has a computer. Where do you put that money that you have saved? You put it back in buying computers for the next
generation. Well, Professor, you have a very practical formula.
Yes.
Very practical formula. And also when the President talks about the ATMs, one of them is science, innovation, technology.
Because this knowledge, this experience, this exposure will make the workforce more productive ×5. times 10. When they are times 10, achieving the $500 billion economy is just a walkover.
Well, I have to let Professor go. Thank you so much, because these are questions that people have been having.
Yes.
And thinking of, yes, we have the ATMs, but just to more expand on how practical we can get there. Professor, let me just give you a minute for your parting shot.
Yes, fellow Ugandans, this book is available. This thing I talk about, artificial intelligence. Some of you have now even nicknamed me the godfather of artificial intelligence in Uganda. It's not that I love just talking about it, because I know what has come. I know what is coming. So therefore, I have written this book. I've simplified it the best way I can, such that you can understand what it is, what it can do for your life or your lives. What you have to do is obtain a copy and understand what artificial intelligence is, what you will use it for, and how you will use it, how important it is in the simplest language you understand. So you can pick your copy at Aristoc here in Kampala. You can also come to Victoria University, you'll find a copy. Those, wherever you're situated around the world, order it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Chapters and Indigo. Every bookstore in the world has this book. I'm grateful and fortunate that they have all embraced it and picked it up. Why? Because the content really demystifies what artificial intelligence is. So please pick a copy here in Uganda, pick a copy anywhere in the world, and understand how AI can be of help to you, how you can use it, and how it will take you forward. Parents, give your children this book. You will not regret. Lastly, I want to tell Ugandans that Victoria University, championing artificial intelligence, we have an intake still going on, the July intake. Please come, register. Let's walk the journey of your education together. The education that is driven by technology. I told you, if you want to skyrocket yourself in a better place, embrace technology, embrace artificial intelligence. And at Victoria University, that's what we have done. Let's work together. We welcome you. We have already welcomed almost 5,000 students. We are still open to more. Please come. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Professor Lawrence Muganga, for your time, as we've been looking at how higher institutions of learning can contribute to that 10-fold growth strategy that we are looking at for Vision 2040. We must have that. Have the best of your day. God bless you.